G'day everybody, welcome back to Photo Australia. I've been a bit slow in uploading some of the videos. I've been out of action for a little while, so doctors have got me drugged up at the moment. So hopefully next week we'll be able to get back to normal uploads. But I'll throw up a teaser for you so that you can have a look of Grant coming back. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, welcome back to Photo Australia, to another episode. In this episode, hang on, what's that noise? Well, hello. Look, welcome back. Now let's go to Grant's camera. You might see it, I've already started ripping down his photos. He's got no photos behind him at the moment. I thought you were gone for good, Grant.
Well, no, not for good, Brad. I've been away. I've been up north, as they say.
I thought you were going to stay there. It's been weeks since you've been back at the channel. Well, and I don't think I could let you off so lightly, Grant. What the heck have you been doing all this time?
Well, we went for a cruise and we hooked up the camper trailer and we headed out to Edeowie Station for a few days and arrived there in dusk, as you can see from the photos here, as we were setting up camp. And then about 11 o'clock that night, pitter-patter on the canvas. It wasn't a possum, it was the rain. And it kept raining, and it kept raining, and it kept raining until 11 o'clock the next morning. And as you can see from the photos that are now coming through, it got a bit wet.
Let's have a look here. So where do you want to start, Grant?
Well, let's go up to right there.
Right there? Okay, yeah. You should be able to control that with your keyboard.
Okay.
So what are we looking at here? So this looks like your camper setup.
This is the arrival. We've arrived.
Hang on a minute. I'm stopping you right here. What's going on here? This looks like a very lavish setup to be roughing it. Grant's saying that he's roughing it out in the sticks. What's this? This looks a bit luxurious for that.
It is roughing it.
Roughing it, my gosh.
It is.
A full kitchen setup.
Yeah.
Got the fridge there. Yeah. I can only imagine what's in that fridge down there.
You only get one guess, Brad.
The old
one guess, my friend.
The only fold-out chair there, and what's that in the? I'm surprised hasn't already got something in the little cup holder there.
There's two fold-out chairs. One at the back for the lovely Anne.
Of course.
Yep. And no, that's our little Cameron trailer setup.
You'd be getting in trouble if you didn't say it was Anne.
That's right. Yeah.
Business trip, was it, Grant?
Mate,
Business.
I wouldn't be here.
Well, I was wondering that. Already half taken down your photos in the studio.
Yeah, that's right. No, I'd be rolled into a hole out there somewhere. They'd never find me. But dear.
All right, so go ahead, Grant. Okay. Continue explaining yourself.
Well, we've driven into Edeowie Station. Great spot, folks, if you're looking for a camping spot in the Flinders Ranges, the beautiful Flinders Ranges. And as you can see by the back of the cruiser, all the bull dust that we came in on the track. And yes, it started raining at 11 p.m. and it kept raining.
Here you go. Here's a mouse for you. There you go.
Thank you.
That one should work for you.
And it kept raining all through the night and the day. Just steady, beautiful rain. If you want, as far as good soaking rain, it was perfect. So there we are.
Oh, proof. There's Anne.
Set up. Yes,
you've been let off, Grant.
That's very definitely the one who's supposed to be there was there.
Oh, that's good. And now she's disappeared. What happened to Anne?
That's right. So that's.
Did you do? I'm going to continue interrupting you here, Grant. Did you tell her, Anne, you're in the shot. Get out of the shot.
Yeah,
did you do that?
Not. No, I did not.
Oh, okay. She just it was the same shot and she just disappeared.
She's a bit shy. Our girl. So, no, really good. Enjoyed it. Flinders Ranges. This is up on whatever lookout.
Oh, I love the Ranges. Beautiful spot.
Here we are next morning.
Well, what happened? Jeez.
Well,
you've gone. Well, I guess you got your car washed.
Yeah, I got the car washed. Yeah, that was good.
The hard part will be getting out of there, though.
I couldn't. I tried to move the car forward, and I gave up. Just sat there and spun. Dear. Oh, look, look,
How much rain did you have?
they had 15 mil in about 12 hours. So beautiful little rain, but I've got to tell a funny little story. When we set up, we pulled in and we were more worried about where the sun was coming from and where the prevailing wind was coming from. We positioned the trailer to sort of think we got the best of that. Did not even think about water at that stage. So as the rain's coming down, we're watching the water level starting to rise all around us. And there's Anne wondering what the hell she's got herself into with this camping cater. So here we are with the water starting to pool. And I'm thinking, oh no, well maybe we should have been over a bit further, sort of away from towards the camera in this case, on slightly higher ground. And it kept raining, and it kept raining. There's our neighbours over in the other caravan site, and it kept raining, and that is where I thought we should have parked, in the foreground. So I got it pretty right, Brad, where we were. We were on the only high bit of ground.
You did
around.
well there, Grant. Well done.
That could have been, yeah. So, no, look, it was great. We laid up a day there because there was no point trying to move. The other people in the other car in this vehicle did try and move and got themselves into a spot of bother. The lesson in this sort of country, folks, is that when you get to this sort of stuff, you just settle down, enjoy it, don't worry about trying to go because you're not going to go anywhere. This becomes like Greece if you're on it. So,
I must add, looking at these photos, is if it rains or anything like, or if it's raining at the time, I know a lot of people or a lot of photographers get scared of a bit of moisture or a bit of rain or anything like that. You can get some interesting photos. These are just look like just straight out of your camera, aren't they, Grant?
They are straight out of the camera. There's no processing done on these whatsoever.
And doing just some basic photos. But it always tells a story, and that's very important, I find, in photography. But you'll find some interesting shots because you're now looking at a landscape that's completely drenched and wet. Yep. So don't ever think, it's a horrible day today to go photographing. Because that can be sometimes, see, that's quite a nice photo, that one. You got the trees are nice and wet, and you certainly got plenty of water on the ground. And you got that nice mist in the background. So you can sometimes do your best photography in the worst conditions. So don't ever think, it's wet and horrible. I don't want to take photos. Quite often you'll always find a photo. So that's what I want to add to it.
Absolutely. And, I suppose I have the added advantage of shooting with the Pentax, which is all weatherproof. Is your Nikon weatherproof? Do you take it out in the rain?
I went to Iceland, Grant.
Okay. I mean,
that camera was drenched.
Yeah, well, I've done that to the Pentax many times, and you don't need to be frightened of the weather in these.
Most modern cameras now, the Sonys, the Nikons, the Canons, and same with Grant's, which I won't mention, seeing he loves mentioning his brand.
What, Pentax?
No, I didn't hear you. Most of them have done a lot of work on weatherproofing their cameras.
Yeah, that's right.
That doesn't mean throw it in a puddle, but it means that I still always try and protect my camera from moisture. But you'd be surprised how good they are these days. They are very good.
Yeah, it just gives you that little bit of confidence to do things. So, but look, it was a lovely spot, and just the colour of it all, the light in the rain just takes on a different.
Well, it's like the reds just in the foreground and everything like that. It's it just gives a completely different look and a different feel to the photo. So it's important to get these story shots as well.
Yep, indeed.
They mightn't be competition photos, but especially if we get into AVs, which we might talk about in another episode, it's very important.
Yep, we will. So, Brad, from there, we met up with friends of ours, Rob, that's a shock of that one, Rob McCauley and Lisa.
Yep. And
clowning it up, and we should straighten that up. How do I...
No, we're in Windows. Don't worry about
it. So we've gone to Whyalla from Edeowie, met up with the McCauleys.
Yep.
And this is on the road from Iron Knob to Mount Ive Station. And when Photo Australia gets on the road, Brad, when we get ourselves organised and we start getting out and doing some field stuff, we have to go back here because this is such a beautiful part of the world. You're probably seeing it here very close to at its best because this is it's seriously green. And I'm going to suggest to folks, particularly our overseas viewers, you're in the north of South Australia here, and you're on the sort of beginning of the outback. So you don't see this very often like this. So, Photo Australia is going to get on the road, and we'll be going back to these places soon. So Mount Ive is really good, and I've lost my arrow now.
That must be the last one, is it?
Must be the last
Yeah, that's the last one.
Because the others were probably raw photos.
Yep. Well,
and I'm picking them up.
We're going to call this as a bit of a bonus video, seeing that you just arrived in the studio, which is a bit of a shock to see you here, Grant, which is great to see you back. So we might wrap this up, and I'm going to give you a challenge, Grant.
Oh, yeah, righto.
I want you to do an AV of this trip.
Okay.
Have you got enough photos to do that?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
We're going to do an AV on this trip
Yep.
for another quick, short episode. And with that, we're going to leave this episode right there. Now that you've explained yourself, there's a little bonus one through the week. So with that, make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell if you want notifications of when a new video comes out, like this one, which will be unscheduled. Share it to your friends. Get it out there. Let's grow this channel so that we can do more and put some more interesting content. And with that, we'll see you in the next episode. So bye-bye.
See ya.